How's it going, everyone? It's Adam from Life of Adam. Came back with a brand new lifeguarding video. And today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to survive being the only lifeguard on duty. Tips to being a solo lifeguard to make sure that you do well in every shift while also having a good time and enjoying the experience. Now, being a solo lifeguard is extremely rewarding. It feels really good. However, it can be overwhelming if you are a new lifeguard. It can be a little nerve-wracking. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys my 3 main tips so that you guys can be successful. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, I make a bunch of lifeguarding content about passing the course, passing the swim test, becoming a lifeguard, basically everything you need to know. So definitely consider subscribing and liking the video to show your support to the channel. Now, the first point I do want to make is that there is a loose recommendation that there's 1 lifeguard for every 25 swimmers. For example, like the American Red Cross will say that is the proper ratio. However, you're going to get into times where you're going to be lifeguarding and there's going to be a lot more than 25 people and you'll be by yourself. So this is how you handle this type of situation. Number 1, it's all about the setup. You want to make sure that everything you need is very close by to you. It's easily accessible. So all types of equipment, first aid kits, fanny packs, even stuff for yourself like water bottles, sunglasses. You want to make sure that if you need something, it's right there. You're taking care of yourself so you're not burning in the sun, you're not dehydrated. And if there's any type of situation that requires first aid, you jumping into water to make a save, you handling a situation that escalates to using the AED, whatever it is, everything is near you and it's close by. Now, number 2 is positioning. Positioning is extremely important because in a pool, there's areas that are called hot zones and there's also areas that are called blind spots. Hot zones are where most of the people are. So if you're guarding a busy pool and 85% of the people are in the deep end or going off the water slide or jumping off the diving board and like very little people are in the shallow end, you want to position yourself closer to the deeper end because most likely something's going to happen that needs your involvement over there versus the less people that are in the shallow end. You also want to make sure that you're scanning actively. So what I like to do is I like to move around and I like to look at blind spots. I like to communicate to people that are close by. I want to make sure that I'm taking control, I'm enforcing things, and that I'm anticipating people's behavior. A very common example of anticipating someone's behavior, let's say there's no running allowed on the pool deck, there's kids playing with the ball and the ball gets kicked across the pool. You can assume that one of them or a couple of them are gonna run to chase after it to get the ball first. So if you see something like that, just remind them that there's no running. So if something comes up like that, they'll know, okay, I'm not gonna run. If you don't do that, they might slip and fall, scrape their leg, and you're gonna have to deal with them with first aid, which will then prevent you from guarding the rest of the pool. So that's why this kind of stuff's important when you're by yourself. Now, number 3 is all about your actions. You have to be very decisive when you're making a rescue and you gotta be very efficient. So let's say there's someone that's in the water and they're a passive victim. Before you go in and jump in and save them, remember that since you're the only lifeguard on duty, EMS needs to be communicated. So if you're making a save and let's say you're giving someone CPR, if EMS isn't on their way, you're gonna be doing CPR forever until you fatigue. So you have to ensure that there's either, a button that contacts the front desk, one of the swimmers outside of the water has a cell phone, they're calling 911. Maybe this is something that you rescue them. If they have an injury, you call them yourself. You have to make sure that this is happening in the back end so that all of the stuff that you are doing to care for the victim bridges the gap until they arrive. You're also gonna have to do responsibilities that secondary and third lifeguards are gonna have to do during a rescue. So if you're by yourself, you're gonna be responsible for clearing the pool. If you're by yourself, you're gonna have to be tending to the victim and also getting 911 called. When you're by yourself, you're gonna have to calm everyone down. Most of the time, situations like this come up when you're with a team, so it's broken out by each individual task. But since you're by yourself, you are 100% in it and you have to do a good job. So these are the keys to being successful when you're on your own. I guarantee you, once you do this a couple of times, you're lifeguarding on your own, it is by far the most rewarding feeling ever because you are in total control. It is the best experience and it'll help you become even more confident as a lifeguard. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to show your support to the channel. Comment down below if you have any questions and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much. Peace out.